This is Mongolian Mindset, and today we're going to be responding to T. Since Tom Cruise just won the Oscars, I'm curious what his type might be. Okay, man, we'll go ahead and do Tom Cruise for you. Our sworn enemy personality database has Tom Cruise as an ISTP with 1.1k votes. Okay. So you guys know we're going to do Linda Barrens. We'll use Linda Barrens metrics and interaction styles with combined with cognitive functions, and we will figure out his type. So we're going to go to the chart here. The chart is beautiful. But ISTPs are in the artisan category. They are the course version of that one. So that's be STP. So what they are is they are direct, they're pragmatic, they're responding, they're concrete, they're progression focused, they're TIFE users and SENI users, and interest focused. So they always know what they're getting out of a situation. So we're gonna see exactly what type he is, and then we'll come back to the chart. But let's get into it. So guys, we are still doing limited typing sessions. Like I said, we're gonna close this up, wrap this up very soon. We're gonna stop doing that. So go ahead and get it while you can. One of our goals is to have the most accurate MBTI self-development group. So get it while you can. All you have to do is join our Facebook group and message our moderator, Cody, with your availabilities, and we will get that set up. Like I said, we are going to be ending that soon. It's just like a beginning stage type thing. And we are doing our monthly Mega Live this Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Group members get on and we talk about the goals that we accomplished this month and what are our goals for the following month. And we're going to be doing this the entire year and track our progress to make sure we are getting things done and being more effective individuals. So I'd highly recommend you get that. I think in the future that might be one of our biggest experiences. So get in there while you can. Be one of the first people to say I was in there the first year. So hopefully in the future we can have hundreds and hundreds of people on there at one time. And that's just keep ourselves motivated and keep the Mongolian mindset growing. But let's get into this.
Thank you. Welcome back.
And 40% of our viewers are not subscribed, so if you could please subscribe, that'd be wonderful. It helps us grow the group. It helps us grow this channel. It helps us continue to do what we do. So thank you.
The program, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Paul. We got a great show for you tonight. So, if my figures are accurate, before Bridget gets married, we will have given her close to $5 grand. Wow. Between $4,000 and $5,000 just for coming out here and being a sweet young woman.
She earns every penny.
She's been here for 3 weeks, 3 years rather, 3 weeks. She's worked long and hard for 3 weeks. Anyway, our first guest is a talented actor whose films include Top Gun, The Color of Money. We're not kidding around here.
I know. Now they're just sighing. They're sighing and sobbing.
I know.
Now.
It stinks, doesn't it?
As you're introducing.
The hallways are teeming with babes.
Listen. They're sighing.
I know. Sighing,
sobbing.
whimpering.
There's a couple.
Well, I'm telling you, that's 2 more than are normally out there. Any other night, nothing. Anyway, it's been in these motion pictures, Top Gun, The Color of Money, and The Current Cocktail. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tom Cruise. Must be very pleasant to hear.
It was better than booze. You know?
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about your automobile racing career first.
Yes. You're a race fan.
Well, yeah. You really can't grow up in Indianapolis and not sort of be fond of automobile racing. So how did you get into it? How far into it are you? And are you serious about it?
Yeah, I love racing. I've always loved cars and racing, and watched on television growing up.
Yeah.
Worked with Newman on Color of Money.
Now, when you say
I work with Newman on Color of Money, I really love motorcycle. I'm gonna put TFI for 1 point there. Okay.
Newman, would that be Paul Newman?
So he's name dropping and he's talking about what he loves. So We just put in 1 point for TIFE there. We could have put 2, but we'll do 1.
Paul Newman.
Yeah.
And that's all we talked about, cars, and a lot of the time in between working.
His story is very interesting because he didn't start until he was older than probably you would think it would be a good idea to get into
38
it.
years old.
No, he was older than
Was
that.
he really?
Wasn't he? Well, I don't know. Maybe you would know more. Yeah.
Maybe older, maybe you know more than
No.
Growing up in Indianapolis.
Maybe you know, talking about what David Letterman knows. That's an outside TE perspective. I'm talking about what other people know. It's TE.
So anyway, you went to him and you said, I'm interested in becoming more involved in this, or what?
Yeah, I just said, actually he offered, and I said, that'd be terrific. So we went out to a quarter-mile track, and he knows a lot of people in racing. They brought some cars up, and we just drove around the quarter
Talking about what he knows, that's T again. He knows a lot of people.
mile track, and he said, you ought to try it out. So I drive a GT3 car for his race team.
Now, what does that mean when you say GT3? What is that exactly?
Well, it's like there's GT1, GT2,
Oh, I see.
GT3,
Thank you for putting it in
Yes.
terms that the layman can understand, Tom. But is it a car that we would say, oh, that looks like a Datsun or a Nissan, or does it?
Well, I race Nissan, but it looks like, the Winston Cup cars. It's not an Indy. It's not an open wheel car.
This is a modified production car,
Yes.
sort of?
Yes,
I see.
it is.
So it looks a little like a car you could buy, but
Yes.
it's been heated up.
Yes, absolutely.
And how fast will these things go?
This one will go about 150 miles an hour.
And have you driven it that fast?
No, not yet.
Yeah. What's the fastest you've traveled in competition?
At Pocono a couple weeks ago I probably got about 145, 146 miles.
Now, what was your first race like?
I was scared to death.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to die.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you
You
could.
go into the corners and you think, but it's really exciting.
Yeah. Now,
High-speed chess game.
what do you know about driving a car that the average person doesn't know?
Weight distribution, understanding, oversteer, understeer, what happens in the rain, why a car does what it does, how to take a corner and dodge the police officer.
Maybe I have this trouble whenever I drive cross country. A lot of times the radio will fade. The stations don't. They seem to.
Really?
Silly. Now you and Paul Newman are good friends, aren't you?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, and you knew him, I guess, before you did The Color of Money.
Yes, I auditioned for Harry and Son, and met him then, and then he and Scorsese called me for Color of Money.
Yeah. Now, what kind of a man is he to work with and then to be friends with?
Very generous, just a great actor and a generous person.
Yeah. Was there a period that you couldn't stop saying to yourself, "Oh my God, it's Paul Newman"?
Yeah, at first you feel that way. The same with Scorsese, and you work with Hoffman. But I think
Hoffman. When you say Hoffman,
Dustin Hoffman.
oh, of course, Dustin Hoffman. Yeah.
I should have just Dustin. Dustin.
Dustin, we would have known. Hoffman could have been
Yeah,
Abby Hoffman. We're not sure. Seems like a long shot, but it could have been Abby Hoffman. But if it were me, I don't think that I would ever just get comfortable being with him as I would any other
He
friend.
makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time together, a month, 2 months before we started shooting the picture, and he just takes a lot of time. And
Yeah. Does it bother him that you carried him in that movie?
what's that?
Go back with that. I think that's an SI statement. I think he's coming from a first-person perspective. I think this guy's probably an SINE user. But there he just said he makes you feel comfortable. That's more of an SI thing. Like SE people tend to make other people feel comfortable. So you said the guy made him feel comfortable. So I'm going to put that down for SI. We're going to keep looking at him here. I'm trying to make sure what I'm seeing is he informative or direct. I'm starting to see that he's taking a passive role in the conversation, kind of like a one-down role. But we're gonna make sure that he's direct and informative. But I think that's SINE there.
We spent a lot of time together, a month, 2 months before.
Any other
He
friend?
makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
See there, he makes you feel comfortable. So he's giving me an SE experience.
We spent a lot of time together, a month, 2 months before we started shooting the picture, and he just takes a lot of time. And
Yeah. Does it bother him that you carried him in that movie?
what's that?
It's just a joke. Let's do a commercial, and then we'll be back here with Tom Cruise. Now, when you race, you actually compete. Is it the Sports Car Club of America, this GT3 series?
SCCA.
Yeah. Now, when you go to one of these events, do the other guys who are racing in the series, do they think, Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Movie Star, Tap City? Do you get along all right with these guys?
Oh yeah, but they definitely, I think they get certain pleasure out of beating me or racing with me. It's ups the stakes a bit, I guess.
It's a very frustrating sport because you can be successful and race year after year with not many victories, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't won a race yet, but I took second at Pocono, and we got a great car this year and a great crew. And I think,
to me, that's phenomenal that you've been doing this, I guess, less than a year, maybe, a year and a half?
It was actually the first race in my GT3 car.
Yeah.
And I'd finished Rain Man, and I missed a day of qualifying, so I just had 2 qualifying sessions.
Now, when you mention Rain Man, that's the movie you're doing with
Hoffman.
Okay, let's go back here. Let's go back.
GT3 car.
Yeah.
And I haven't won a race yet, but I took second at Pocono. And
I haven't won a race yet. I took second, so that's an accomplishment. Let's keep going.
Got a great car this year and a great crew. And
to me, that's phenomenal that you've been doing this, I guess, less than a year, maybe, a year and a half?
It was actually the first race in my GT3 car.
Yeah.
And I'd finished Rain Man, and
I did this, I did that. Ooh, we think he's an SI user.
I missed a day of
He's a little tricky.
qualifying, so I just had 2 qualifying sessions.
Now, when you mention Rain Man, that's the movie you're doing with
Hoffman.
Hoffman, that's right. What did you do as a kid? What kind of jobs did you have? Where are you from originally? Chicago, that area?
No, I traveled all around, lived in Jersey a couple of times, Louisville, Kentucky, and some people from Jersey out there. And Denver?
He's not from Denver. Leave him alone. He didn't say Denver.
I could say he's initiating with the crowd there. Okay.
And before you started acting, what kind of things did you do?
Went to school.
Yeah.
Just high school. I just finished high school and moved to New York.
Yeah. And you had odd jobs when you were here?
Yeah, I unloaded trucks, bus tables, did anything I could.
Yeah. How long did that last before you started achieving success?
About a year.
Yeah.
And I studied neighborhood playhouse, and it took me about a year before I started really working.
So this has really been a fairly quick trip, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 7-8 years.
Well, that's pretty good. We have some footage here from the new motion picture. Is that right? This is called Cocktail. Tell the folks what we're about to see here.
Which one is it? I don't even know which one it is. I think it's before my first job is tending bar.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I've just told Brian Brown that I know how to tend bar, and I'm very good at it. So
okay.
Here we
and
go.
It's in color?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, here we go.
Damn, he's got good memory. SI.
Tom Cruise in Cocktail. Have you ever tended bar?
Yes, a couple of times. I interviewed about 35 bartenders getting ready for this, and went to a couple of places in New York,
Yeah.
Jersey, tending bar.
And they actually turned you loose behind a bar?
Turned me loose.
Now, did you know anything about?
It was like that scene right there.
And did people say, "Oh, look, Tom Cruise is tending bar," or was
Well,
it?
I think at first it was pretty late. I waited till about midnight, so they were pretty much in their cup by then. And it was a lot like, "Hey, you look like," but nah.
Yeah.
And then they recognized and just kind of went along with it. It was a lot of fun.
And what do people seem to be drinking these days?
Well, at this place, there was blue whales and the orgasm, and
Now, these are drinks.
these are drinks.
And what is? I know what an orgasm is, but what is a? I've heard about them.
Yeah,
But what is a blue whale?
what is a blue whale? It's vodka, some just blue coloring and
vodka and paint.
Vodka and paint, essentially. Yes. Grapefruit, and they stick a whale in.
Now, do you enjoy doing that kind of stuff? Do you enjoy doing research or background for a film?
That's one of the best parts.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of stuff did you have to do for Top Gun? Did you actually do any pre-flying stuff?
I flew with the Blue Angels in a TA-4 subsonic single-engine aircraft, and while shooting it, I flew in all different kinds of gliders and Cessnas, and I flew in the F-14.
Wow.
3 hops in one day in the F-14.
And were you scared at all?
So he's talking from first-person perspective, and that's kind of coming off bragging, but I'm not going to put TFI on that, but it kind of come off bragging when he's talking about, I did this, I did that, flying in this helicopter, that one, look at me.
No, I wasn't. I was excited.
Yeah.
I mean, very excited.
Yeah, I guess that actually would be a real great benefit to what you do for a living.
Are you afraid of flying?
I'm afraid of flying. I'm fascinated by it, though.
It's amazing. Right?
Yeah, it is amazing. It's phenomenal. The
if you ask the Air Force or the Navy, they probably give you a flight.
Oh, he's initiating there. He's starting to ask him questions.
I know. I've been able. I've turned that offer down several times because I just know that I did this once a long time ago, and for television or film, they would do things that under normal circumstances they wouldn't do. They'd say, well, the crew's here, we better go ahead and take it up. We'll take it up on one engine, but normally we wouldn't do this. And I just, they're going to start showing off, and, we made Letterman sick, and that would be their...
That's true.
Current film is Cocktail in nationwide release?
Nationwide.
Doing huge business, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. And when is Rainmaker coming out?
Rain Man.
Rain Man. Did I say Rainmaker?
Rainmaker was made in 45.
I'm sorry, Rain Man.
Rain Man, this Christmas.
Yeah, this Christmas. Great. Nice to see you. Thank you very much.
All right. Let's go to another one here. So what we got now is we almost done with TEFI and SINE. We'll get one more point for both of them, and we'll be basically getting rid of all SE users and all TI users. They'll be eliminated.
With Jay Leno, featuring Kevin Eubanks of the Tonight Show Band, and me, I'm Ed Hall. Tonight, Jay welcomes Tom Cruise, the Fruitcake Lady, Marie Rudisil, the music of Natalie Merchant, and Jay interviews George W. Bush. And now, Jay Leno.
Be right back with Tom Cruise right after this.
Tomorrow night, from the #1 movie, Scooby-Doo, Sarah Michelle Gellar will be here, comedian Greg Barrett, and our outdoor Lincoln Concert Garage series continues with our old friend Bonnie Raitt, so it'll be cool. All right, let's get right to it. My first guest, the biggest movie star in the entire world, ladies and gentlemen. His latest film is called Minority Report. It's great. It's really good. I took my lovely date Kevin to see it. We both enjoyed it. Yeah, I think it's one of the best movies you'll see this year. It opens everywhere Friday. Please welcome Tom Cruise. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Now let's get this. Let's get this out of the way right at the top. Let's see the braces. There you go. Let's get that out of the way. Okay. As you know, next year Tom goes into junior high, and you want to have all your teeth straight. Now, when do those come off?
Before, so beard is, and the braces, well, the beard's for the movie, the braces, they come off before I start shooting.
Okay. Now, what what we should do?
Yes.
You should donate them to us, and we'll auction them on eBay. That's what we should do. Yeah.
Can you imagine someone showing up with my braces?
Sure, that would be great. It's gotta be perfect.
That's weird, man.
Can you imagine? But that's abstract. Somebody showed up with my braces. Okay.
Now, what is
Let me think. Someone had my teeth from Interview with a Vampire.
Okay, he's initiating there.
I don't know. I find that strange.
Well, I don't know. I guess people.
Don't you all? I mean, you think, does he want my braces?
Well, somebody's chewing gum was
Initiated with the crowd.
on eBay the other day. Some ball player,
Really?
and then it turned out, oh, it wasn't his gum.
Did they test it?
Which means it's almost
They do a
worthless now.
Saliva test to see what.
Apparently they did. The guy said, no, that wasn't my gum. But it got up to $23,000. So. Now, how about Penelope? What does she think? Does she like the braces?
They don't bother her.
Really?
She likes. She hasn't complained about them.
I mean, did you discuss it? Did you say, honey, this is what I'm thinking of doing. I'm going to get some braces. Oh, Tom, I think you should. I mean, what did you...
I didn't tell anyone. I was there, and he said, you want to get these things? So I said, okay, we'll put them on. And then I came home, and I had braces.
See?
Okay, so that was progression. There ain't no appear outcome there. I was just there. That happened. So let's go back there.
I mean, did you discuss it? Did you say, honey, this is what I'm thinking of
See, an outcome person would be like, okay, I want straight teeth. He's just like, I was there. It happened. Okay, let's do it. That's progression.
doing. I'm going to get some braces. Oh, Tom, I think you should. I mean, what did you...
I didn't tell anyone.
Outcome person would be like, yeah, I just want the perfect teeth.
I was there, and he said, you want to get these things? So I said, okay, we'll put them on. And then I came home, and I had braces.
So you walking by braces or us? I mean, that's something you have to plan out.
I thought we were going to get the braces out of the way. You said you're...
See, he's talking about that's something you should plan out. So it's an outcome person is more likely to plan it out. Progression's not so much. It's just like in the moment. I mean, it's just there.
Oh yeah, no,
I know. Everyone goes into the braces thing.
I understand.
I didn't tell anyone. I came back, and the kids went, "What?"
Did they think it was weird?
I think they thought it was weird, and then they thought it was cool.
Talking about what other people think, that's TEFI. We can close out that. Okay, that's TEFI users. So with that being said, that eliminates all TI users from the chart. The TI users will be eliminated. That means INFJ, ENFJ, ISTP, ESTP, INTP, and ISFJ. Those are the 8 that are eliminated. We're down to the 8 TE types here, based off that.
Okay. Now I know you got your big 50th birthday coming up.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it.
It's going to be 50
I feel good.
years old. It's
I know.
amazing.
Can you believe that? I know. Time flies.
Damn, he got braces at 50? What the fuck?
It's amazing. It seems like just last week you were 40. How do you feel about that?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel good.
Yeah, that's not the bones creaking a little bit, anything?
No. Luckily, I mean, for some of these things, my shoulder, but that happened before I was 40.
So what do you do to
next year we'll
celebrate?
see.
What do you do?
Just gonna have a party. And that's about it. I'm working on Last Samurai and just kind of
just have a regular party.
Just kind of
a
regular party and just relax.
Now, what are you getting for gifts? What do you get a guy like yourself? I'm trying to think. You like gadgets, right?
You like cars. I like gadgets. I like cars
stuff.
too. Yeah.
Like, we both like cars.
I like cars.
Then we have to take your plane out.
Yeah. I want to take you. I want him to fly my P-51 with me and get that.
With the
I
Mustang.
want him to fly my P-51. He's initiating. Okay, so with that being said, he's initiating somewhat, but we're gonna make sure we're gonna keep looking. But I'm gonna go and say he's initiating. So he's initiating TEFI user. So we're down to ESTJ, ENTJ, ENFP, and ESFP. Okay, just because he's initiating, we're down to those 4. But we're getting more SINE from him. So that means we're going to eliminate ESFP as soon as we get another one, and ENTJ. We'll be down to the ESTJ or ENFP for Tom Cruise, okay? Just because of that. So
We'll
film you.
It's an old World War II
I won't make you
plane.
puke.
You know what we should do?
I'm going to make you puke, okay? So he's initiating.
Do this. We should get the plane and buzz Spielberg's house. That would be hilarious. Don't you think?
I've already done that. He loves that
just-
stuff. He loves that stuff. Look at
Get
his
the guns
movies.
working.
Yeah, he loves that.
Oh, yeah.
He would,
Oh, that would be
he'd
great.
dig that.
Now, does the studio get nervous because you got an aircraft? It's 60 years old.
Yeah.
It's a World War II plane.
Yeah.
It's 60 years old. It's not like an old car. You break down, you pull off side. The planes
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
did they worry when you do these things?
You know, I tend not to ask them about stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you just do it.
I just do it. I tend, you know, with stunts and stuff, we just do it, and insurance, you know, they cover it, and it just happens. I'm sure, you know, they're very encouraging about anything I want to do, you know. So
Oh, well, that's good. Okay.
That's very nice.
Now this is a tabloid thing that said you had a robotic dog. Obviously, that is not true.
No, I do. I've got a robotic dog.
What is that?
Haven't y'all seen those robotic dogs? Does anyone have those?
Haven't y'all seen those robotic dogs initiating again?
Oh, from Japan? Are those the
I
Japanese?
got it. No, yeah, I got it. It was swag at one of these places. You know, swag where they give you things for showing up.
Right,
And
okay.
I went to a charity thing for Bono Love Rock, and they gave me this electronic dog, robotic dog. It's
And what does it do?
it barks.
I mean,
you know?
I mean, does it drop nuts and bolts and things?
It sits. It barks. It you know, the kids are fascinated by it, and everybody. It's kind of cool.
I mean, better than the real dog, sure.
Yeah. You just stick him back in the battery, you know, when he gets tired. It's much easier. Much easier.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. And what do the kids get you for your birthday? What do they do? Do they think you're Tom Cruise? Do they know who you are? Do they know that Daddy is like a movie star? You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you're in a movie, they come, like today, the kids, they see people going, what do they think? They go, what is this? Do they understand it?
Before, they just thought everybody was like that.
Yeah.
You know, when they're younger. Now I think, yeah, they understand, and they're really, you know, they'll sometimes imitate people. Oh, Tom!
That's hilarious. Oh, that's hilarious. That's great.
It's sweet. They're sweet.
Your own children mock you. I would pay anything to see that.
They mock me.
I would pay anything to see that. Let's take a break. More with Tom right after this.
You must be so.
Look at his ass initiating. You saw that shit?
Talking with Tom Cruise, the new movie is Minority Report. I think it's probably one of the best movies I've seen this year.
Wow,
Just
thank
a
you.
real science fiction thriller, but
Thank you.
not so much science fiction that you can't really tell people the basic story, what it's about.
Well, you were doing really well.
No, you go ahead.
Well, it's takes place in 2054, and I'm a cop, and we have that works for pre-crime. We have the ability there are these people who can predict murders before they happen. And it's my job to figure out where the murder is going to take place, who's going to do it, and to stop the murder before it happens. And that's basically what happens in 2054. And it's really Steven Spielberg's, you know, he met with a bunch of futurists to see what is the future going to be like. And you see a lot of these things that are in the picture that are actually, that are occurring today. And he chose to make the film just 52 years in the future as opposed to 300 years so that people would be able to look and see, well, this is, you know, how they could relate it to their own lives. And it's really pretty amazing what's happening in society today, especially after, you know, 9/11, and seeing how prophetic this story is. It was written by Philip K. Dick, and the screenplay is by Scott Frank. He's a great screenwriter, and Steven Spielberg, of course, you know.
So you will be 94 when this movie
be 94,
actually, when
yeah.
people go, what never happened?
Yeah, no.
Well, what do you think the future will be like? I mean, is that an area that intrigues you?
Yeah, it does interest me. It really interests me.
Okay, so he just asked me in our question. What's the future like?
I've always, I've followed obviously all the, the Apollo programs in NASA, and I think that NASA is something that it is their responsibility to recognize what the future is and really put it there for us, because obviously, ultimately, the survival of our race is going to have to be space exploration when you think about it. And I hope that by the time I'm 90, that trips to the moon and to Mars are things that happen all the time. It's something that should
Would you want to go to the moon?
That's a little that's future focus there. We'll give him that. We'll give him some points there.
I'd like to.
All right, you're on the moon.
When
now
you
what?
want to go to the moon? Who doesn't want
All
to
right, you're on the moon. Now what?
Stop initiating with the crowd, Tom.
Now what? You're on the moon.
I don't know, watch a movie.
Watch a movie.
Go for a little spacewalk.
Guys are guys.
Go for a
yeah.
spacewalk, and...
Do you remember the moon landing? Because you would have just been...
I was 6 when I saw it.
See, the thing I find America gets...
I'll never forget it. I remember those images after. It was...
Yeah.
We're talking about SI experience again on there. Forget it, blah, blah, blah. So he's SINE. So we're down to ESTJ and ENFP. Okay. Now let's really figure out here. Is he direct? Is he informative? Is he systematic? Is he interest? Is he concrete? Is he abstract? Okay. So we're looking at. Anything else we're missing? Progression. ESTJs are outcome. ENFPs are progression. Okay. So let's go.
I couldn't believe it.
But as a country, we get bored fast. And we land on the moon, oh, okay, what's next? And then it's sort of...
I think it's our response. You know, we've got to encourage them to go further.
Yeah.
We must go further, and I think that they've done an incredible job. And they're, you know, you look at those astronauts, and I did this IMAX voiceover for IMAX about the space station, and I had the opportunity to meet these astronauts.
And I did this and I did that. That's SINE, like we said. This guy's SINE using. He's first person. He's talking from first person perspective. He's not going from a outward inward. He's going inward outward. Okay.
Incredible people and what they do. I mean, they risk their lives, but it's for a reason. You see that it's the research that they're going to do in that space station. It's an international space station. What they're going to do is what they do there is incredible.
Would you want to be one of these?
No, I see you. I'm talking. He's going, okay.
No, I got you.
Okay, let's initiate again.
I got you. But I want to ask if you want to be one of these guys that goes in like in sync is going into outer space.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to be one of these guys? You pay $20 million, you get to sit on the rocket.
I don't want to pay $20 million.
Well. Listen, I know a guy. I'll get you a break. But I'm saying,
cut me a break. You know.
Would that interest you?
I mean, I would like to go, but I think that my dream would always be to what would my contribution be? I don't, that's me personally. That it's something that. I'd definitely go if I had the opportunity.
Yeah.
If I could go, I'd go. But I think of my children and my children's children, and I just think it's very important.
Okay.
That we support them.
Now, in this
think about the future. Okay, it's looking like this guy's an ENFP because we're getting abstract points, and we've got progression points, and I think he's coming off informative. He's not coming off direct. It's kind of passive. It's a very passive role that he takes.
Movie, you do a lot of stunts. Did you do your own in this one?
Yeah, did most of them.
Yeah. Okay.
You asked him, did he do the stunts? He said, I did most of them. It's kind of, what is he really saying there? Yes, did you do your own stunts? I did most of them. That's informative.
No, I just banged my knees up actually climbing this fire escape. I thought it'd be an easy one, but climbing that fire escape, I banged my knees.
And you shaved your head.
Yeah, I shaved my head.
Now, how's this for the kids? They come home, metal in the mouth, shaved head. The kids must.
What the hell's going on?
What happened to Daddy?
What's going on? I wanted to shave my head. He said, look, do you want to shave your head at the end of the movie? We could wear one of those skin caps. I said, let's put it at the end. And he said, because I'd like to shave your head for the film, the scene that was cut out. But I liked my head shaved. It was very comfortable. It was great for summer. It was easy.
I like my head shaved, so that's FI. Very comfortable for summer, SI.
Well, see, the thing I thought was cool about the whole movie is the way you dealt with the social issues. It's not just the future and everything's different, because you still have the Constitution, and you answer all those philosophical questions while arresting people for a crime they didn't commit yet. Which is
exciting because I've never worked with Steven. Everyone wants to work with Steven.
See, he's coming from first person. He's going there first.
To be there on the set and watch him shoot these sequences and to be part of that, I mean, the way that he shoots that action and just the characters, it was wonderful.
What is the scene we're going to see here?
I don't know.
Okay. He's informative. Yeah.
Well, I saw the movie.
This is a maglev. This is, yeah.
This guy's informative. It's not specific, concise, to the point. It's kind of like passive. It's like he just says it in a vacuum almost.
Jumping around.
See, I love the car stuff. I'm a future car guy.
I dig the car stuff.
Let's take a look. This is the highway. 405. visual.
Amazing. And Stephen really, the detail in this film, there's, I think there's
He just initiated that right there. Look at that. He just initiated that.
over 400 just little special effects shots, and you see it. It's, he's amazing, Spielberg.
But the thing I like, I thought was kind of cool.
What the hell did he even say there? What the hell did he even say there? Okay, I don't even know what the fuck he just said. Let's go back.
And Stephen really, the detail in this film, there's, I think there's over 400 just little special effects shots, and you see it. It's, he's amazing, Spielberg.
But the thing I like,
What the fuck is that? Tom, I don't know what the fuck you're talking, bro. Hey, you talking dog, bro.
Amazing. And Stephen really, the detail in this film, there's, I think there's over 400 just little special effects shots, and you see it. It's, he's amazing, Spielberg.
But the thing I
It's like 400 different spots. He's amazing. What are you
cool.
talking about, bro? What are you talking
Actual
about?
car that they drove in the movie, so it's not just guys sitting on a sawhorse pretending to do this, But this. Let's go out and look at it. Can we go see it out in the parking lot? Come on, take a look. Hang on, follow us out. Follow me.
Do it now?
Yeah.
Follow me up. Can we do it? There you go. How are you?
All right, get dressed, you guys. It's our crew working hard. Look, they're watching the game. They're watching a car chase.
What's car chase like?
Car chase. Thanks for watching the show.
It's very uncomfortable.
Well, how can a future cop, Thanks for watching the show, Signify. It's got braces just like Tom in the front. Got a little bit to signify.
That was the inspiration, right?
Yeah.
There's the car.
Let me ask you a question.
Now try getting in there. It's very uncomfortable.
Well, how can a
I
future
tried
cop,
getting in there. It's very uncomfortable. Yes,
on a future cop's salary, afford a future Lexus? You see what I'm saying?
That's the future.
That's the future.
That's the future.
That's a sequel where he's on the tape. Look at this. This looks like one of Shaq's shoes. Can you get it? Is it electric?
Yeah, it's electric.
It's electric. And
Try. Watch your knees. It hurts.
Oh, it is so comfortable. Well, this is very cool.
Let me try to see. This is
Can you get in there?
tricky getting in and out of this thing. You gotta give it this stretch like this, and then give it one of these, like that.
Well, the future looks very comfortable, doesn't it, Fuzz?
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully they'll figure the comfort out, but it runs.
Hey, do you like fruitcake?
No, I don't.
No, you will not. We'll be right back. With Rita said, take these fruitcake with Tom. Thank you very much. Massive tome cookbook. It's called Fruitcake from Hudson, Florida. Please welcome 91-year-old Marie Rudisell. 91. God bless her. How do you feel?
You know, hey, women, eat your heart out.
All right, you two. Can we get down to it? We have work to do, young lady.
Oh, shut up, please, my God. You know, you're going to give me trouble tonight. I see it.
Young lady, you two can do your necking later. Tom, you get over there. Now we have a fruitcake to make.
That's right.
That's correct. Let's get down to business.
Okay, let's get down to business.
Now, what's the first thing we do? But let me ask you. Can I ask you first question?
What?
Why are we having fruitcake in June? Fruitcake is more.
Because you have to have a fruitcake. It has to be at least 5 or 6 months old before it is ready to eat.
Really?
Because the fruitcakes they have out on the market today, my pit bull won't eat them.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow. Your pit bull won't eat it. All right. What kind are we going to make?
We're going to make this, it's called the farmer's fruitcake.
Farmer's
and it
fruitcake.
goes way back to the 1800s when people didn't have too much money.
Right.
And that's a cheapie, you know.
And you were just a girl back then.
Well, now, that's about the truth, you old crow. You come
All right. What do we do first?
The first thing we do,
Yeah.
pay attention here,
Right.
okay? Now, the first thing you do, get your fruit here.
Get your
Put
fruit.
it all,
Tom, get your fruit.
this?
get your fruit here.
What do I put in
And
here?
we got to dump it in there. Oh, well, quick, you got to be quicker than that, for God's sake.
Okay. Okay. Now what?
Now the first thing we're gonna do, then I want you to take just a little bit of flour and sprinkle on top of that.
A little bit of flour, like that?
Yeah. Oh my God, that's enough.
That's enough.
And then let's mix all that together.
Mix it together with my hands?
Yes. I don't tell them where they've been, but. Let's go. Now wait a minute. All right, now wait.
All right, let's just check out one more interview just to make sure here.
A towel?
Just to make sure, but I feel very comfortable saying this guy's ENFP. Let's get one more interview. Come on, Tony boy. We'll take the Rose Hill down.
See you.
You look real good.
So do you.
Thank you.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous?
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. You're my Tommy. Tom, I don't know if you've been watching the show. I got a little crush on you. You don't mind it, do you?
No.
No. Does it scare you a little bit? Am I like an inch away from being a stalker? Because I fear that I may frighten your entire family. No, it's all right.
They love it.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Nicole's all right with it.
Oh,
too.
yeah,
She
absolutely,
knows.
absolutely.
You know, it's not like I want the marriage to break up to me. I just want you to like live in my house and mow my lawn. That's all I want. I want you to do yard work around my house. Have you ever been like infatuated with anyone? Truly, is it?
Oh, sure, yeah.
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 Ask the question, sure, like, that's informative.
What?
Yes or no?
Like, no, not something
Sure.
like that. Yeah.
That I married?
Oh, like Nicole, of course.
Yeah.
Because you saw her in Dead Calm, right?
Yes.
And you thought, I like her.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
she was very talented.
Yeah, she is talented. The new movie's supposed to be great.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
extraordinary. Isn't
She's coming on this show.
I know, she's looking
just a
forward
couple
to it.
days, yeah. No, I like her, I do. It's okay. It's Renee I was upset with. It's Renee in the movie with all that kissing with you, Tom. I didn't like that. But I love the movie. It's a great movie.
All right, Rosie O'Donnell's looking like a TFISENI user. She's looking like either ENTJ, ESFP, INTJ, ISFP. Straight up.
Thank you.
Did you have fun making it?
Yes, I did.
You did?
I did.
You had a good time?
I had a very good time. Yeah.
Cuba Gooding, he was great. Very
Awesome.
funny in the
Awesome.
movie.
Yeah.
Your family goes on location with you when you go, right?
Yes, everywhere.
Good.
Yeah, she's looking like she initiated a lot, so she's looking like an ESFP or ENTJ. Not 100% typing her or not, but that's just a rough estimate on her already.
That's good. Because you gotta keep the family together.
Gotta keep the family together.
And how are your kids? You got 2 kids?
They're doing great. They're probably taking a nap right now. I put my son down right before I got here.
Really?
Yeah, no, they got all like cousins and everything they're playing with right now.
Yeah, what are you doing for the holidays? Do you have to work?
No, we're going to take a couple of weeks. I don't know where we're going to go, but we're going to rest because we've been working pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came in just for your show.
You did?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting informative. Yeah, he's informative. Yeah, he's informative.
Came in from London.
Yeah.
Came in from London for your show.
Yeah, that's good. You have a good time there, right? Barbara Walters told me that you might live there. Is that true?
I don't know really where we're going to end up. Nick's Australian, and we're just, you know, when you're actors, you kind of, you know what it's like. You're traveling around all the time. And
Go everywhere.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm not sure yet.
We'll just figure it out. That's progression, more of a progression perspective. We just wanted to make sure that what we had, he's informative. It's not specific, concise, to the point. It's kind of passive. It's like he's just saying it in the vacuum. When I ask questions, it's almost like he dodges them. It looks like he dodges them. yeah, we noticed very quickly that Tom Cruise is a TFI user, and being a TFI user, that eliminates 8 types. He can't be a TI user if he's a TFI, obviously. And then we noticed that he was SINE, and that eliminated us down because he's talking from a first person perspective. I did this, I did that, that type of thing. So we were down to ESTJ, ISTJ, ENFP, and INFP. We also noticed this guy's really initiating. You see throughout the video, he's initiating. So that left us down to 2 type, ESTJ or ENFP. And his language is passive. He's not choosing his role. It's kind of like, sure. Like, bro, you're not choosing your role in the conversation if you're saying sure. Like, come on. Stuff like that. It's like, sometimes it's like, what is he saying? When we pulled out the little clip with the Steven Spielberg point, it's like, well, bro, what are you saying, man? Get it out, man. Yeah, so he's informative. So by that automatically makes him ENFP. But we had points for abstract and we had points for progression. And yeah, personality database, it's wrong. He's not an ISTP, he's ENFP. But let's look at the chart here. So, well, we got ENFP, so they're in the idealist category. They're initiating, they're affiliative, they are informative language, and he's progression, and he's interest, and he's a TFI-SINE. So we got Tom Cruise as an ENFP. Congrats on the award. You probably have 1 million of those. But this is Mongolian Mindset, and we're done here.